Today I'm up in Tyler's room because if you watched my other video, you'll know that there's no lights in our house right now, and he's got a really good window, so I can sit next to the window and you can still see the book I picked. Do you know Corduroy? Corduroy lives in a department store. He's a stuffed animal. But in this book, we pretend that stuffed animals can come to life. This is by Don Freeman. Corduroy. Oh, there's the title page. It says Corduroy again. Corduroy. Story and pictures by Don Freeman. So he did the words and the pictures. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped by, and she looked straight at Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." Corduroy watched sadly as they walked away. "I didn't even know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Later that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. So he's in the store at nighttime. And do you know what happens at nighttime at the stores? Most of the lights are off. Can you see his shadow in the picture? Don drew a picture of his shadow when he drew the pictures for this story. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving underneath him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Have you ever been in an escalator? Those stairs that move up at the store? Those are fun. Could this be a mountain, he wondered? I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He's not climbing a mountain. He stepped off the escalator just as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was a most amazing sight. There were tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." Is it a palace? No, it's a department store. Another word might be it's a furniture store, part of a bigger store. He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled into a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my buttons," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattresses, it was tied down tight. See what he's doing there? Some mattresses have buttons like that, some don't. I wonder if yours has a button. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button. Oh no. And off the mattress, Corduroy toppled. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Good thing he's made of just stuffing. He probably didn't even get hurt when he fell. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake at the store. It was the night watchman, going on his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now what in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." What's he using to see? He's got his flashlight. In my other video, we're using flashlights today. He flashed his light under and over the sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. Hello, he said. How did you get upstairs? He's supposed to be in the toy shelf, not the furniture department. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" said the saleslady. "Oh, no, thank you," said Lisa, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs, into her family's apartment, and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be a home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you just the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." She's sewing that button on for Corduroy. "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and she gave him a big hug. And that's the story of Corduroy by Don Freeman.